Hey guys, Zine here. We are logged on to the TrollCraft server. I have just logged on in order to do a couple things. One is that I actually helped SSundee with his last troll with Jordan, and I don't know how it went, but I know that he's triggered it, and I need to clean up what went into that. The other thing is Jordan actually contacted me and asked if I would help him with a counter troll. So I want to first clean up this one from SSundee, and then we can move on and take care of CaptainSparklez. So what SSundee wanted to do was he had Edgar and Steve in here and had some sort of liquid, I think it was sludge or something down here, and they were supposed to fall in and die and be a horrible tragic death. I haven't seen the video where Jordan actually encountered the troll, but he did say that it didn't work out entirely. Now, I don't know what went wrong, whether that was my fault or not, but SSundee has these trapdoors along the side, and when they get power on the redstone, it will actually cause these all to flip down. So the idea was that CaptainSparklez would walk across some pads here, some pressure plates. It sends power down the system, and that would actually collapse these trapdoors, dropping Edgar and Steve into the pit. Unfortunately, it was too wide. There wasn't anything to do here. So my part was to actually come in and set up the command blocks to remove these blocks right here. So if you actually follow the line down over in this direction, you can actually see that the line comes down, and then I set up these command blocks to remove the different sections and replace them with air. One of the things that you can do when working with command blocks is the fill command. The fill command allows you to set an area that you want to replace with. Unfortunately, the fill command was introduced in 1.8, and we are running 1.7. So, the fill command was not available to me. The other thing that you can do is you can actually do a process where the first command block spawns additional falling sand, and every time the falling sand drops, it has another command in it to basically act like a command block in what's called a writer tag. And so you can nest these as many times as you want, so that way you can get multiple commands in one command block. Because the typical command block only has room for one spot. But the writer tag was added in 1.8. So we were stuck in 1.7. We had to do a command block for every section that we wanted. So we had, I believe, 20, it was, or 22, some amount. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Anyway, it had some amount that we needed to do, and each one of these removes one extra air block. It's not complex to do, it's just a matter of figuring out where the exact coordinates are that you want to replace and getting them wired up so that it happens. And all I'm doing with this now is just basically cleaning up. We don't want to leave a bunch of command blocks around, especially since technically the players can't actually remove them, so they're kind of stuck if that happens. So I'm going to go ahead and take these down and just destroy them. Alright, so what Jordan told me is that he built a jail for Ian's family to put them in, and what he wants to have happen is to have them down there and for Ian to come approach him to save them, and then for him to press on a hidden pressure plate and open up lava down and give Ian a panic moment. Either he manages to save them or they die, whichever way it goes. So I've figured out where that jail is. It's down here just underneath where he fell through, and then down a little bit more. I've actually taken this and expanded this slightly. On the one hand, I don't normally like to change it from the way they leave it, but on the other, I needed more space to work for my stuff, because I need to have enough room to put a command block in. So he's kind of dug out a little bit here. I made these to where they're double tall, so Ian will have to figure out how to get out, but he's a resourceful lad. I'm sure he'll figure it out. But basically, we have these guys down here. This is Ian's family, and I've broken through here, and what we have up here is some lava. The lava is what will drop down, and so what I need to do is I need to place enough... oh, Stacy the child, I'm helping to kill you, but not the point. I need to place cobble along here and have all these be removed. And then I need to have a second layer as well. So not only this group right here, I believe that's lava, yep, and I don't know, no, that's not lava. So I need these two and these two is where it is. So this 4, I'm going to need the 8 blocks. So I'll need 8 command blocks in order to remove them, and we want to have that drop down, and oh no, poor Ian, oh no. So I need to figure out the exact XYZ coordinates of these blocks that I need to have removed, these 8 blocks. So if I figure out the 1, then it's easy enough to figure out the rest. Our X is 3245, our Y is 145, and our Z is 2870. So 3245, 145, 2870. Alright, so if I do a command block to that spot, I should be able to see something happen. So let's go ahead. I've got a button here, and do I have a command block? I don't. So let's give myself a command block. There we go, and then command block down. If you recall, I copied in the setting from the previous command blocks that I cleaned up, so we're just going to change this 3245, 145, and then 2870. And I want this to spawn in, let's say, grass, so I can easily see it. So that should be the setting to set the block. As long as I put the button on and press that, then that should put it down. So what we see here is that I'm 1 too low. So we can go ahead and edit this to be 146. Done. And when I click on that, now the grass has shown up exactly where I want it to. So as long as I get 8 that are all in that spot, then we should be fine. So let's go ahead and we can test this without actually needing to worry too much, because I can just change these blocks to a different one and verify that it's all okay. So the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that these are wired into a method of into communicating with the command block. So it activates straight down, so we can have these put that down there. These are ones that will only trigger These are ones that will only trigger by player, not by entities. One of the things when I was working with Ian that we noticed was all the mobs that were spawning around Jordan's house kept setting it off, so that's where we moved to these. So that any one of these will open the doors, so the idea is Ian will come down and want to save his family, then he's going to come and be like, no, and then open that up, and then that sets off the killer signal. Dun, 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 dun. So, we're going to come over here, and again, we need 8 blocks in total. One of the things that we use is the, I don't want there, is repeaters in order to, not just so much as a signal repeater, I mean, it's helpful and everything like that, but we actually use them, put that there just to give me some space, we actually use them as a method to keep the signals separated. I've found that, and I don't know, it could be something that I'm doing wrong very easily, but I found that when I have just redstone running across multiple command blocks, that things get a little wonky. So what I like to do is I like to stagger them. You might have noticed that with the previous set, and then I will have redstone repeaters going directly into them, so the signals don't ever intermingle. It's a way to kind of literally keep the signals straight in my mind. And then finally, let's go ahead, and this should all be enough to activate. So that comes off, and now I just want to have a repeater going into each one, like so. Again, there's 8 right now, 7 right now. I can count. So now there's 8, right. So, signal comes down, encounters this line, da-da-da-da-da, no problem, and everything goes off. So let's go ahead and make sure that they all lit up. They did. You can tell by the way they were all lit up. Now we just need to change the commands so that they set that up properly. So now we had this one, which was easy enough done. And that is actually going to set the grass again right there. So I can change that to air, and then we need to figure out which direction this part is, like which ways we're going. So if I'm right here and that was 3245, now I'm 3246. So that's the other x coordinate. So I'll have 3245, 3246. I'll have 145 and 146. And then 2870 and 2869, it looks like. As long as I cover all those possibilities, we should be all set. So, the first 4 I'm going to want to do are the upper 4 to make sure that they are what I'm expecting them to be. So if I come down and set these up, we can set these. So this will be 147. Excuse me, I have 145, 147, and then that should move it up 1 piece. So if I break this, I should have Perfect. Grass above it. Right. So, we'll fix that in a minute here. And now I need to just go through and get all the other 4 blocks. Okay, so now I have the 4 set up, and when those trigger, it should make all 4 be grass. So that's working just fine. And then the next step is to just simply repeat that process, only this time on a Y level that's 1 lower. So now that we know those are all working right, and I can check to see if the, move them back to cobblestone. And then further verify that that should be cobblestone now. So everything's right. We know that those 4 are functioning correctly. So when I change those to air, that will arm the trap. One of the other things that I need to do is I need to make sure that I can get out of here without actually triggering them, because that would be bad. So I'm going to actually move over in this direction and yeah. Alright, so now we need to do these at the 146 level, the one lower, but all the same basic process. So 1 second. Alright, so now we can see that all 4 command blocks for the second level are all placing correctly. So we have grass right there, and then we should have cobble up there, but we want to change it all to cobble so nothing appears out of place. And I also need to enclose this back up because I opened it to figure out where the lava is, so we can just bring this down just fine, no problem, no problem. And then I'll use cobble here since that's what he was using to make it not stand out. And then finally, yeah, we can make sure that all of these are cobble, right? So, or I want all these to be cobble, excuse me, bleh. So, if I come down here and change this setting so that we have cobblestone, and when I trigger that, now they're all cobble. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a test, because the more I think about it, the more I want to make sure that this is going to work just right. So I'm going to take some of the stone out of my inventory. I don't need all of it. What do I have? A villager? Okay. And let's grab some glass. Nothing major, just a little bit of glass amongst friends, right? And what I want to do is mainly just keep these guys from dying. So if I put glass over there, I don't want to have any. Where did the girl go? All right, so it turns out that she had spawned back up to the Ian's place, which is the problem for Sparkle's troll, definitely. But I don't know. I talked to him about it, and we're just gonna hope. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong. No big deal. But I have her back in a golden lasso, so I can bring her back down and put her where she belongs, which is where we want her, and then I can finish up closing this. So now, except I need to be able to get out. Thank you. So now, when I do this, it should, when I change all these to air, it should in fact cause the lava to come raining down like hellfire. And that should replace all 8 of those blocks with air, causing the lava to be released upon the unwitting people below. So boom, and now the lava comes down. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, no problem. And now I just need to get back in and actually solve the issue here. Fire, fire everywhere. Okay, so we want to be right here and put blocks there. That should be these 2 levels. Good thing I tested it, because there's a lot of lava going down. And then I can also put cobble in these 8 spaces, and that will be the 8 that are removed. All right. So that all worked just fine. Everything is good to go. Let's remove all the glass and make sure that everything's okay there and that my presence was unseen, unknown, and unheard. And then we will be on our way. So there's that. Put that break up, 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 bad, 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 bad. Whew. Let's not do that. What do you say? What do you say we not do that? You know? Because I don't really have a safety net right now. I don't have a safety net. I like to live life on the edge. I really don't. I'd much rather not be on the edge if it's all the same to everybody. There's that and that. Okay, so that's all replaced. Yay! Let's not do that again. In fact, let's go and disable everything until such time as I am ready. There we go. So now, none of this will trigger that, and we can be a little bit less stressed about life. So, once again, close up, put everything in place. We've got the 2 traps right there. They'll all trigger, no problem. And it might be a little bit less... Maybe stone will be less noticeable? No. Ian's going to be suspicious either way. My opinion is Ian's going to immediately know and look and all that. But we'll see how it goes. At any rate, those are there. The command blocks are all working correctly. So all we need to do in order to encapsulate it is give myself an exit that is a little bit further away from those pressure plates, because now I'm nervous about it, and then close up shop. So we'll put that there, and then close up everything in here. That will activate the trap again, so now the trap is active. And our last step is just simply to get the heck out of here. And now the trap is there, and the people are enclosed, the trapdoors are set, everything is good to go. So that's all there, that's done. That is the troll that I help out. Now, the troll will have happened before I will release any of this. You're not going to be able to see any of what I do until it's happened in the main show. So I'm going to go watch Crainer's video. I'm going to see what needs to happen to the scoreboard. I'm going to get that updated, and I'm going to let you guys go. So make sure that you are following SSundee, Crainer, and CaptainSparklez, that you're watching all the TrollCraft videos, because they're fun and exciting, and also, you know, I like that when things that I'm associated with are popular. And remember, I am Z, you be your best self, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.